like that. It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello, that's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way.
Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
50, set, 180, stay 50, stay 50, 53, ready, on,
They'll run on first down. Swift. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
First down, Lions.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Open here is Allison. That's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards.
They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
On first down, Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the Raiders' 13-yard line.
set, 180, 56, I'm coming after you, I'm coming, easy,
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
set, 20, check 56. Watch the screen, easy, alert, double right.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 22. Carr going to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Second year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, you know, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. So now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Let's go. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Topper.
Carr now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And it'll bring up third down.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Let's get off the field. Hey, 734. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Here we go. Hey, 25. We do it.
Shotgun now for Carr. Going right side here, and that's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the Lions' 49-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
We're good. 185. Tight dog. You're mine. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25. Who's right, Chief? 22 jet bomber.
Carr gives to Richard, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
93.
It's a loss of the yard. Bringing up third and 12.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Bang.
From midfield, here's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now second and 4.
You better be afraid of me.
Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Check Mike 40. Check Mike 40. He's time.
6-18.
Five. Mike's 40.
Now Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
A 28-yard attempt.
Carlson able to put this one through. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Alert! Protein spill.
Throwing is Stafford. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Geronimo Allison the target there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Set, lady.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Ryan Switzer, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Mike 58, right there. Hey, I'm coming after you.
After the interception, here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Switzer. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Ryan Switzer.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run on first down. Swift. And he's got room. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch the run, watch the 29. 29. 51 to Mike. Gotta do better. Hey, Zoo. Here we go.
Now Carr. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here's Carr to throw. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
A gain of 32 that time.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw Exhibit Z right there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
32. 55. Check 99. Check 99. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
First down, Detroit.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On first down, Swift. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stafford. Got a man. That's Allison. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores. He rifles one that's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs, and he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Stop right there. Hey, we got 93. Hey, 25.
Hey, exit.
25 to Mike.
From the gun, it's Carr. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Will Harris there to make the play.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Hey, switch gears.
Hey, seam 6.
25 to Mike. We're going.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 24. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, 5-0. 56 to Mike.
To throw again. Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And they will not get a chance. To return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you're under a minute to go in the half. A first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think? Richard lost it.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Carr. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
51 to Mike, boy, 51. Hey, Charlie. Later 2. Here we go. 51 Mike.
Operating from the gun. Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Express. White Monday down. 25 to Mike. Later 1. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared. Hey, Haywood. At 25.
From the gun, Carr. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. The kick by Carlson is good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now. Operating from the gun, Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's going to fire one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
6-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. Come back down.
On the ground, Richard. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Check. Hey, 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic. Hey, 20. Express. We're going 25 the mic. Watch the back. 637. 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic.
From the gun, Carr. Oh, he's going to go for it all. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings them a bit closer, but there's no question. They need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens, and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. With that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
58 to Mike, 58. Go. Okay, we got to get this stop here, D. And 58 is the Mike.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man is Allison, complete. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Lions.
Stafford now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
32.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
A gain of 29 yards. And the Lions' 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 31. Operating from the gun. Stafford looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watch the run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. From the gun, Stafford. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
6-6, pull it high.
This is Richard. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
At 25 to Mike. We go. Express. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Smooth. Raider 9. We go 25 to Mike. Hey, Raider 2. At 25 to Mike.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete.
Intended for number 11. Incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
32. 0.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
22.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Set. Get a 20. By 54. Watch the pass. Football to Mike.
Operating from the gun. Stafford throwing deep for Galladay. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
Rip left, rip left.
First and 10.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
On first and 10, here's Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
You're mine.
51, Mike. Mike 51.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And his throw here's incomplete. Tight coverage that time by Miles Killebrew. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Express.
Bumps out the helmet. Here we go.
93. 93.
All day, baby. All day.
Hey. High 7. That's it.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Trey Flowers. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Set, lady.
44 to Mike.
Watch the run. They're running it. Hey, watch it, watch it. 50.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. Throwing now is Carr, and it is incomplete. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
50. 50.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come.
Zero.
Here I come again. Where's the gun?
On first down, Swift, and some space here. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Under 10. Under 10.
Down.
Here's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Tackles.
Carr now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. To throw, it's Carr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.